Hey family, welcome to your cosmic channel where we discuss wisdom from within. Today, let's discuss ET disclosure. Let's get into it. Welcome back family, thanks for joining. I'm Cate and we talk about all things cosmic here. Today, let's really get into ET disclosure and understand what that is. So, my understanding and my belief is that ET disclosure can really happen at any time. It's really just about aligning ourselves to that timeline and just increasing the probability of that actually happening on an individual and a collective level. So if we all act with integrity and we all carry out these kind of, ascension teachings and really just integrate ourselves and do all of the work, and it is a lot of work, and really just, progressing and expanding our consciousness and really delving more and more into 4D consciousness, then and really only then will we be able to be in a kind of frequency state, in a position where we are able to, have direct contact with ETs. And it's really just a huge destiny. It's a destiny of humanity, in all honesty. It's a collective human destiny that's definitely going to happen. It's not predetermined as to when, but the more people who are aware and the more people who do the work consciously, have that love and intention to have ET disclosure, then the higher probability that the more people align with that, it's going to actually happen. So yeah, obviously, first off is this huge Great Awakening that's happening now. If it wasn't for this huge Great Awakening, this is a very, very, very important part of the process. The years, from 2020 to about 2024, maybe up to 2027, are crucial years that we're going to see a lot of change. It's a really good idea to start connecting with the Andromedan energy. The Andromeda galaxy is our sister galaxy. They're kind of very much in the feminine. There's a lot of kind of like change, and they're very adapted to change, and they kind of move through it very fluidly. So a good idea is to really kind of help connect and ask the Andromedans and really connect with them as we're kind of progressing through this period, which will be very, very chaotic. But again, it's just about finding your center, your anchor within your own consciousness, because if you tend to anchor your beliefs about reality in the external, then as the external world is going to crumble around us, which it'll be very, very frantic and chaotic. It's going to go more and more and deeper into polarization and chaos. So we must be able to be so integrated that we anchor our consciousness within us, and we're very at home in ourselves and find home within us, so we can find safety there. When we see the external world crumble, like I said, everything's going to get a bit worse. As long as we have that anchor and that safety, then we'll be completely fine. And it's really just a huge process. Like I said, this is the collective, destiny of humanity. It's not predetermined, but the more people that do this, the higher the probability that we're just going to be aligned to that timeline where it does actually happen. And I think that could be really, really soon. So the Great Awakening, number one, is a really, really great sign. As long as you're being awake, and if you care about spirituality and you're interested in spiritual evolution, then you're definitely on the right path, especially for watching this video 100%. So there's two really beautiful teachings that I wanted to tell you. One is Pleiadian and one is a Sirius teaching. The Pleiadian teaching is really about the holographic principle and understanding that we are a holographic reality. So one way of understanding this, and one teaching, is imagine if you have like a photo of a panda or something, and you tear that photo of a panda up, and then every single piece on the picture, on the tiny pieces, is still the full picture of the panda. So it's really just a metaphor and a way of saying that even though we are little fragments of God or of Source, whatever you resonate with, we still contain all of the information of the whole, all of the information of Source. We have that within us. So it's just about knowing that we really do have that safety of going within, and everything we need, it's kind of all within us. And just having that safety, just knowing that that's there. The Sirius teaching is a really beautiful teaching, which is about knowing that you are nothing but the sky. So it's this idea that the clouds and the storms and all of these things that are, planes and everything that you can imagine that's in the sky, it's very hectic sometimes, and it's very kind of foggy and cloudy, And it's just about really zooming out of that picture and knowing that you are this beautiful, beautiful, infinite blue sky, and that is the true you. So when you're getting caught up in, you know, the thoughts and emotions of the 3D realm, which is completely normal, it's about understanding that those thoughts and emotions are just like clouds in the sky, and as they move past and you zoom out, you are just this beautiful, beautiful blue sky. Imagine that scene in The Matrix when Trinity and Neo like go through the just, you know, the kind of terror of the AI cloud, and they finally pierce through, and then they get to that beautiful blue sky, and Trinity said it was the most beautiful thing that she'd ever seen. I just always remember that, and remember thinking and kind of go back to that moment and just think, yeah, like we are nothing but the sky. We are just this complete field of consciousness that's always observing, just so loving and observing. And we can sometimes get caught up in the illusion and get caught up in the experience of what's actually happening, and that's how we get caught back in the samsara wheel. We get caught back into karma dharma when that happens. So it's really important, you know, not to get too caught up in the experience, not to get too caught up in your thoughts and emotions, and really just be able to zoom out and observe them, but knowing that they are still form an important part of your existence, but it's not about getting caught up in them. So hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, finally, it's really just understanding that you can trust the universe, you know, really trust what comes through. These beings, you know, these aliens, this ET disclosure, the beings who exist on the 4th, 5th, 6th, you know, all these other levels from 4 up, they are extremely benevolent, and they love us, and they spend a lot of time working on evolving our consciousness because they really truly love us, and they want us to, you know, they want to have a relationship with us. And I'm going to go more into, you know, different alien agendas and stuff like that, but most importantly, it's really about understanding that, you know, they love us, and to trust them. They are benevolent beings. You know, if it's coming from a place of love, then yeah, don't worry, you're safe. But there's so much more to talk about, but this is just a really kind of brief rundown about ET disclosure and how we can align ourselves to that. So thank you so much. Please join me again for another video, and I'll see you again really, really soon. Love you, bye.